A 6-year-old girl is being pulled to the other side by a child's spirit. Don't miss out. A sinister family secret will be revealed. The girl's ghost will tell the truth about her death. This is Psychic Investigations, a project of true and impressive stories. People who call themselves clairvoyants investigate high-profile criminal cases and astonishing paranormal phenomena. It's been over 6 months since nightmares beyond her years have been tormenting this 6-year-old Ukrainian girl. Her deceased aunt, 10-year-old Ivanka, a child born to her grandmother late in life, is haunting her, hugging Nika like she's trying to take her to the afterlife.
Nika's terrified. She started wetting the bed constantly.
This year, Nika is supposed to go to school, but she's even afraid to go outside. She only feels safe next to her mother, who says that during the day, her daughter is cheerful and lively. But at night, she changes completely. In her sleep, she tries to escape from the house, as if someone is calling her outside.
It was around 2 in the morning.
Worse yet, Nika sees someone in the empty room.
She sat there, reaching out toward the wall.
In the morning, Nika told her mother Ivanka had been calling her. Ivanka died 6 months ago. She was found hanged in their own yard.
I'm afraid that Ivanka will take her away. God forbid.
Nika's mother has been to see psychologists and priests, but the nightmares have only become more frequent.
This is truly a terrifying situation.
Their last hope for restoring Nika's normal life lies with the psychics. Coming to help Halina and her daughter are Hala Polishchuk and Olga Kalinova. Before the trip, the psychics work with the girl's photo.
I sense a spirit present next to her. Do you see anything?
An image of an older girl. She died a terrible death. I feel like I'm being strangled. Wait. Olga, I feel that rituals were done over that girl. I see candles burning.
The spirit wants something from Nika.
The spirit is like hugging her, the living girl, but at the same time, she's suffocating her.
Ivanka died 6 months ago, and immediately afterward, her spirit began haunting Nika's dreams. To find out if the girl is truly in danger, the psychics decide to work in the home of Nika's grandmother, Oksana, where all the nightmares began.
Hello.
Please come in.
We need to talk to the girl to understand what kind of spirit is haunting her.
Nika is playing outside. She greets the psychics with caution.
What's your name?
Nika!
Oh, really? You're not scared of anything? And when you sleep, do you have any bad dreams?
I do! Ivanka comes to me in dreams.
Does she come to you happy or sad?
Sad.
Does she say anything to you? Can you whisper it to me? Oh God, Ivanka's spirit tells the girl she will die soon. I don't know who or what will take Nika, but it's definitely something supernatural.
Does it mean Halina's fears are justified? Is her daughter truly in mortal danger?
I feel that you're a very busy woman. You love your daughter deeply, but you have little time for her. When I tune in to her father, I get the same impression. He's unable to give her much of his time or attention either. I think you've often left her with her grandmother because of work.
Halina and her husband work at the market, but they took a day off to meet with the psychics.
I often traveled to purchase goods, and Nika lived with my mother.
The house belongs to Halina's mother. Halina and her husband, Anton, live near Kiev, working from morning until night, so their daughter used to live with her grandmother. 49-year-old Oksana was also raising her own 10-year-old daughter, Ivanka, so the two girls enjoyed each other's company.
They became very attached to each other.
After Ivanka's death, however, her mother's health began to decline, and she moved in with her daughter. As the family prepared to meet with the psychics, Oksana suddenly became unwell. and had to take a sedative. She would arrive at the house later.
I'm tuning into the girl. I feel like she's been afraid to come here for some time now.
She really is afraid. When we pulled up, she wet herself in the car. She refused to go in. She panics and refuses to even enter the property.
Every time the family visits this house, Nika gets hysterical. Could it be connected to the trauma she experienced 6 months ago? That's when Ivanka was found hanging in the yard.
I feel like the danger is right over there. I sense danger.
Somewhere behind the house.
The psychics focused on the exact place where Ivanka died. She was found hanging on a scarf.
The police told us it was suicide.
According to the official police report, 10-year-old Ivanka Motsna was found to have committed suicide by hanging. The police detectives found no evidence to suggest she was murdered.
We need to dig deeper. If Ivanka's spirit is visiting Nika and trying to take her to the afterlife, then there must be a reason. She was found here, but not by you.
Mom found her.
Her mother was home doing household chores.
Yes, she was doing laundry.
Ivanka's mother, Oksana, stepped outside to hang the laundry and saw her daughter in the noose. It was 5 p.m.
According to the mother, she found the girl hanging by a scarf. Her legs were bent. At first, she didn't realize what had happened. She thought Ivanka was just standing there looking at the garden. But when she came closer, she saw everything.
I saw her hanging, her head tilted and on her knees.
When the mother saw that, she let out a terrible scream.
Was it your mother who took Ivanka down?
Yes. Mom found her. There was no rope, just...
It was a scarf.
After removing the scarf, she held her daughter in her arms and wept. Her cry was so loud, a police officer heard it.
By the time the officer arrived at the sound of her scream, Oksana had taken Ivanka down from the noose and taken her in the house.
It was a scarf. Yellow, I think.
The scarf was orange. It was mine. She loved playing with it.
Your daughter was somewhere here.
Yes, the little ones were playing in the yard. No one else was there, just the kids playing.
At the exact time of the tragedy, Nika and the neighbor girl, Nastia, were playing in the yard, just a few meters away from where Ivanka was found hanged. Did the girl take her own life in full view of her little friends?
Do you see anyone else here?
I don't see anyone, but I hear a girl shouting, "Help me! Don't touch me!"
What is the clairvoyant talking about? Is it possible it's not suicide, as the police say? Could Ivanka have been murdered? If so, who would do this, and why? And how is it related to Nika's nightmares?
I can't focus here. I feel sick.
Let's go back into the yard. I sense there was violence involved.
No one close to Ivanka believes she took her own life. Perhaps by uncovering the truth about her death, the psychics will finally understand what is happening to Nika?
She couldn't have done it herself. She had no problems. She never had fights with anyone.
It was pure shock for everyone.
We had been observing Ivanka since she started her first grade. We never saw any issues. Her mother is a religious woman, always attending church.
I'd like to go inside the house. I believe there's still her energy in there. The house feels heavy. There are many icons, but I also sense a vibration, as if something had fallen there.
The icons on the cabinet fell onto me. I even have a scar.
That's always a sign of a presence. When icons fall, it means danger is looming over someone in the house.
A chilling revelation, especially given that the icons fell on the eve of Ivanka's death.
To avoid scaring Helena, I didn't tell her, but if icons fall, it means demons have entered the home, and it won't stop at just one death. I sense a strange, unpleasant smell coming from her. It feels connected to her death. I can't identify the smell, but it definitely should have remained on her clothing.
We asked the police representative if there was anything unusual about the girl's clothes. Dirt, or maybe a strong odor. His response stunned the entire crew.
I don't remember the clothes. I only know the mother had changed her. By the time we arrived, she was dressed in something different.
So the police never saw the clothes Ivanka died in, and the clothes were not sent for forensic examination. But why did Oksana do that?
She didn't explain why she'd done that. She just said, "I changed the child."
Perhaps Oksana changed Ivanka's clothes because of the strange smell. She's the only one who knows whether that odor truly existed. But Oksana is not here, and she can only help once she arrives.
I feel that the mother suspects who's responsible for her daughter's death, but she won't say for some reason. Is she afraid of something? It's strange that Ivanka's spirit has been appearing in Nika's dreams for 6 months. And yet the girl is still alive. Spirits intending harm usually act quickly. There's something wrong about this. I don't think Ivanka's spirit wants to take Nika. She was her closest friend in life, and Ivanka trusted her. Most likely, through Nika, she wants to reveal the truth about her death and warn her best friend of danger.
We need to make contact with Ivanka's spirit.
Let's go to her grave.
This is where Ivanka is buried.
This is an unrested soul. She wants to burst out of the grave, to break free.
I feel the girl's spirit.
Olga, she keeps repeating. Why did you bring them? I don't understand. You knew this would happen. I don't know who she's addressing. She's whispering, "You knew," and she's showing a small kitten.
Yes, we had tiny kittens.
And one disappeared right after Ivanka's death?
Yes, the orange one vanished. The orange girl was gone.
Olga, that's a clue. I had a dream last night. Children began entering my room, one after another, all holding kittens, and each one said, "Auntie, take the kitten, we were killed. Auntie, take the kitten, we were killed."
But what does this dream mean, and how is it connected to Ivanka's death?
She's speaking about your ancestors, your great-grandmother.
She practiced magic.
She did egg cleansing.
She also made potions to induce miscarriages. Women came to her to get rid of their babies.
Could it be that Helena's grandmother helped women kill their unborn children?
I only know my great-grandma did egg cleansing. That's it.
That's a terrible sin. And this child came into the world to atone for what your great-grandmother did. She is the spirit of one of the unborn children your ancestor effectively killed. And she was born to your mother. That's when all this began.
At first, Mom was afraid and wanted an abortion, but we convinced her, and she decided to give birth.
Hala, do you smell that?
That's the exact same smell. It's what lingered in the deceased girl's clothes. It feels like thousands of wax candles were burned around Ivanka, like in church.
But Helena says Ivanka hadn't been to church that day or the day before, so where did that smell come from, and how is it connected to her death?
Someone kept telling Ivanka that she was sick and needed healing.
Ivanka sends me images. She says she was afraid of her mother. The child lived in fear. I see her being forced to pray.
And read holy books.
Reading religious texts and praying is not wrong, but not when it's forced on a child out of fear.
During the investigation, the investigators found religious books in the Motsna family home, which the deceased child had been reading. Given her young age, she couldn't fully comprehend the material her mother made her study.
But what does this have to do with Ivanka's death? Was she murdered? Or did she hang herself due to religious pressure? The only one who can provide answers is Ivanka's mother, Oksana, who has just arrived and joined the investigation.
You say that everything was fine with your daughter, but I get the feeling that it's not even close to the truth.
Your mother was controlled by dark forces.
She says she and Mom went to see a sorceress. What did you do? Where did you go?
I didn't go anywhere.
But you performed rituals over your daughter.
I didn't do any rituals.
You took her to see a sorceress.
Mom, tell the truth.
Helena, there was no sorceress. I won't speak of this because she's a respected person.
Oksana refused to admit where she took Ivanka, what she tried to heal her from, and who performed the rituals. But the police interviewed the family's neighbors and made a shocking discovery.
The neighbors reported that the mother frequently took her daughter to churches, monasteries, and healers. She repeatedly sought out folk healers, convinced that Ivanka was possessed by dark forces.
She said she was going to a monastery, but it wasn't a monastery. She joined a sect of some kind.
She said something was happening to her. She felt something crawling inside her, moving toward her heart.
That's why Ivanka was haunted by that smell. Her mother took her to healers who performed rituals with candles, and the girl was terrified by it.
She placed incense everywhere. It was all over the house.
Ivanka died because of the rituals her mother performed.
I blessed her with holy water, sprinkled her with sacred salt. That's all. I didn't do any rituals.
In reality, this was a magical ritual. Salt is often used in such rites, usually to expel dark forces. But even if there's no dark presence nearby, the ritual still works. The outcome, however, is unpredictable. In Ivanka's case, it may have drained all her life energy, gradually extinguishing her spirit.
But what tormented her? If she suffered, it means evil spirits had possessed her. You see, she had a curse upon her, but it was lifted.
Who gave you the right to do this?
Your mother is tormented by demons, and I feel for her. She inherited a heavy burden from her great-grandmother, but she was supposed to atone for that sin. A woman in this bloodline had to redeem the family's past wrongs. This terrible karma fell directly onto Helena's mother.
This is unbelievable. Oksana is the first woman born in the family since their great-grandmother. In the past 2 generations, only boys were born. Is this a weird coincidence, or is everything the psychics are saying true?
Your mother thought Ivanka was possessed. In truth, the demons controlled her instead. Do you know why the girl begged for help before her death? Because she needed to be saved from her mother's zealotry.
Oksana pushed her daughter so far that Ivanka truly believed she was possessed. She saw no other way out except to take her own life.
So, did Ivanka truly hang herself? Was it all because of her mother's obsession with exorcising imaginary demons? But then, why does her spirit haunt Nika's dreams?
Nika was the only person who truly heard her. They were connected, and one's fear became the other's. Now, through Nika, Ivanka is trying to reach her mother. She wishes her to heal, to be cleansed. You see? She's crying out, "Save my mother."
Mom suffered because she had no idea what was happening to her or where it came from. It still torments her to this day, and she can't do anything about it. How do we live with this? How do we move forward?
Your mother needs to go to a monastery to cleanse her soul. When demons leave, it is extremely painful. They may depart in a week, 2 weeks, or even a month, but she must have holy people around her when it happens.
To stop Ivanka from haunting Nika's dreams, offer her a symbolic gift. Buy a doll and leave it on her grave.
I'll do it, and I'll convince my mother to stay in a monastery for a while.
Because if she doesn't go to a monastery, she'll end up in a psychiatric ward.
Or even worse, she might hurt herself.
Throughout the investigation, Nika's uncle Bohdan stayed by her side. Now, he joins the psychics. To ensure the little girl can sleep peacefully, Olga Kalinova gifts her an enchanted pillow. It will protect Nika from nightmares and the spirits of her deceased relatives.
When you sleep, angels will protect you.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Thank you.
The spirit of a woman is trying to protect her son from deadly danger. Who's posing a danger to the boy? Don't miss out. The mother's ghost will reveal a horrifying secret hidden in a coffin. 5 in the morning, the project's psychics, Yana Pasinkova and Kayal Alekperov, were coming back to their hotel after another investigation. However, they had no chance to rest.
Yana, wait. I see the ghost of a woman. She's calling me. Do you see her?
No, I don't see anything.
She's very beautiful. She has dark hair and big blue eyes. She says, "Save my little son."
Who is she? Kayal. I don't understand what's going on.
She says the secret lies in the open coffin, and she's asking us to find the house behind the red scorpion.
Could that be a name, for instance, of a local cafe?
There's a cafe shop called Scorpion in this town.
That's where we need to go.
Let's rest up and head there with renewed energy tomorrow.
Morning of the following day, the cafe shop called Scorpion.
The building we're looking for should be behind the store. Excuse me, we're experts from psychic investigations. A spirit of a young woman called us here. She was dark-haired and blue-eyed. She died recently, and she had a little son.
Her sister lives upstairs.
Thank you. Let's go. I have a feeling this apartment is the one we need. Hello.
Hello, my name is Yana Pasinkova, and this is Kayal Alekperov.
Olena.
Irina.
There's not a trace of surprise on the women's faces. Yet, we couldn't fathom why they reacted so strangely to the psychic's visit.
It feels as if your sister informed you that we would come.
Yes, she appeared in my dreams twice.
Incredibly, in her dream, Olena's late sister foretold that the psychics would come to see her.
May we come in? And could we see your daughter's photo? I saw her exactly like that. Only her hair was dark, though.
She dyed her hair on the day of her death.
This striking blue-eyed beauty's name was Yulia Kozak. As it turned out, she passed away on January 19, 2018. She died in the apartment she rented, in the presence of her young son, her husband, his sister, and her boyfriend. The sister of Yulia's husband, Svetlana, couldn't forget those final moments of her sister-in-law's life.
It still hurts to recall that day. She was trembling terribly and rolled her eyes. It looked like some kind of stroke.
According to Svetlana, that day, she and her husband came to visit their nephew. Everyone was sitting in the kitchen, talking, when suddenly Yulia felt unwell and went to the bathroom, and there she began suffocating.
She made a rasping sound, clenched her teeth, and seemed to swallow her tongue.
Svetlana says it looked like an epilepsy attack. She and Yulia's husband desperately tried to help her, but in vain. The doctors who arrived on the scene declared the young mother dead. The official cause was asphyxiation.
My brother pleaded with the doctors, "Please help her, she can't die."
She was 5 years older than me. It still seems to me that she just went somewhere. I can't believe she's truly gone.
When I think she's gone, I don't want anything. I can't live. I merely exist.
I sympathize with her mother and her sister, as I'm a mother too. And I accepted their daughter into our family and treated her as my own child.
She was a very beautiful girl. She ran her household well and was a loving mother.
She was like a sister to me. I miss her terribly.
According to her family, Sviatoslav, Yulia's husband, withdrew into himself completely.
For him, there was only Yulia, period. He loved her deeply. He'll love his wife as long as he lives.
But the one who misses Yulia the most is her little son, David.
I feel so sorry for him. I can't even imagine what he's been through.
He thinks his mom is alive and that she's in the hospital. He believes that as soon as she recovers, she'll be back.
He just keeps asking for his mom, and those eyes of his...
The boy is always silent and very frightened, and it's not just because of his mother's death.
He's constantly frightened.
My book told me that the boy saw something terrifying at home, and those things were the cause of his mother's death. Then I thought perhaps some otherworldly force was involved in Yulia's death. I sense that your daughter's spirit has been haunting you since her demise.
Mom has seen her many times, and once she told me, Olena, I think I'm losing my mind.
The family say that lately. Something inexplicable has been going on in their apartment. Clocks stop, windows open on their own.
David's remote-controlled toy car. Just imagine, it moved around the apartment on its own.
And recently, deceased sister appeared to Olena in the middle of the night.
I opened my eyes and saw her standing right in front of me. I was shocked.
I sensed that Yulia was healthy and didn't suffer from epilepsy.
Yes, she wasn't epileptic.
My book told me, seek the one who left the fatal mark on the woman's throat. Were there any bruises on your daughter's throat?
Yes. She had a bruise on her throat. There were 2 marks, one here and another, I think, here.
No supernatural entity was involved in the young mother's death.
But what happened then?
People in white coats gave her some medication shortly before her demise.
Yes.
Was it an ambulance team?
Yes, they saved her the first time.
It turned out that the ambulance came to the woman twice that day. According to her family, the first time the medics were called was because Yulia began complaining of a severe headache and dizziness.
She said she wasn't feeling well, and we measured her blood pressure. It was high, 180 by 140, and Sviatoslav called an ambulance.
The first ambulance arrived at around 7. They gave her a magnesium injection for the blood pressure and left.
As I was looking at Yulia's photo, it became increasingly clear that the young woman had been murdered.
According to the witnesses to Yulia's death, the attack occurred after the visit of the first medical team.
She fell on her side and collapsed face first on the floor. Her face and neck began to swell significantly.
Terrified by what they saw, Yulia's family called another ambulance.
I see fear in the eyes of Yulia's husband. He knows she's dying and is desperately trying to save her.
The 3 of them tried to save her.
But they failed.
Svetlana says that at that moment, the doctors came to the apartment again.
They tried to defibrillate her heart and put an oxygen mask on her. Sviatoslav was right there, but then blood started coming into the oxygen mask from her mouth.
After that, the doctors stopped resuscitation efforts and pronounced Yulia's death.
Sviatoslav, like a helpless child, cried out, "Yulia, I love you more than life. Yulia, why did you leave me?"
Why did Yulia's death occur right after the medics' assistance? Could the paramedics be responsible for her demise?
Svetlana texted me, saying that Yulia was gone. When I arrived there, I shouted at the doctors, "How? How did you not save her?"
We decided to speak to a doctor who was on the call that evening to find out exactly how he tried to save Yulia.
Artificial lung ventilation, defibrillation, closed chest compressions, adrenaline administration, all the procedures as per the instructions.
Then why didn't all these measures help?
I can't say for sure.
I sensed it clearly that the young woman was killed. Could her death be a terrible mistake by the doctors?
This is shocking, but the forensic medical expert's report indicates that Yulia was strangled. Could the emergency doctors really have strangled her in front of her relatives and husband?
Where is Sviatoslav, Yulia's husband, now?
He was detained.
Is he accused of his wife's death?
Yes, but the investigation is still underway.
After the pathologist's conclusions, the police summoned Sviatoslav for an interrogation, but he never returned home.
I approached them and asked where Sviatoslav was, and they said that he had killed his wife. It felt like the ground was going to open up, and I'd fall right in.
My brother is innocent. He loved her so deeply, and he cried bitterly when she died.
Yulia's sister still can't recover. She says that when she heard Sviatoslav was accused of murder, she was simply stupefied. She vividly remembers how he fell head over heels in love with her sister.
My mother worked at the market. She had a stand there, and across from us was Sviatoslav's parents' stand. And so he and Yulia met and started communicating.
Back then, no one could imagine that this love story would end in such a terrible tragedy.
After Sviatoslav was arrested, I lost faith in our justice system.
10 officers beat him at the police station.
Clairvoyants are my last hope.
I'm counting on psychics to reveal the truth. So, my brother can come back home to his son.
Yulia's husband denies all accusations.
Yes, you said she felt unwell in the bathroom.
She felt unwell in the bathroom and collapsed. I'm telling you honestly.
We needed to sort this situation out thoroughly. Irina, your daughter's spirit is here.
It's unbelievable, but right at that moment, Yulia's photo fell from the shelf.
Did you see it fall?
My jinns are telling me that an innocent person is suffering due to Yulia's murder. I'm not sure who they mean. Could it be Yulia's husband? Can we see the apartment in which your daughter died?
It's not far from here, a 2-minute walk.
But it turned out that the apartment previously rented by Yulia's family now has new tenants.
They're at work.
The clairvoyants are working at the apartment door.
On the day of the young mother's death, there was a heated argument behind those doors. I heard Yulia's cries and another woman's voice. From my impressions, it had something to do with jealousy.
What woman could it have been? Was it Svetlana, Yulia's husband's sister?
The woman I heard was connected to Yulia's death.
A crowd has gathered outside the building. Upon learning about the psychic's arrival, Sviatoslav's family, his sister and mother, rushed here immediately.
We're accused of the murder, but there was no murder.
No murder? I'll strangle you. You are a wretch.
Irina, calm down.
It turns out both Yulia's sister and mother believe that her death wasn't just accidental, but resulted from an argument.
God, the investigation proved she had been strangled.
Irina, calm down. Svetlana witnessed Yulia's death. Let's hear her out.
We were sitting in the kitchen talking.
I distinctly heard an argument and your cries.
There was no argument. I was just shouting, Yulia, Yulia, what's going on?
Lies.
Do you want me to bring David?
It turns out that Yulia's family spoke to little David many times about the tragedy, trying to understand what had truly happened.
He started saying, Mommy felt bad, and Daddy started saving Mommy. My mother couldn't bear it and said, David, they strangled your mom. Who did this? What did you see? But he won't say anything, like he's been hypnotized.
My hair stood on end. Clearly, the mother is suffering due to her daughter's death. But how can you talk to a little boy who lost his mother in such a way? Leave the boy alone. He's just a child.
I'll never forgive you for Yulia. I raised her. I even gave you a well-behaved doll. When I handed her over, she was pretty, like a doll. I organized a wedding and paid $800 for the dress.
You speak of your late daughter as if she were an object.
This is horrifying. But what really happened to Yulia?
Svetlana, there was an argument in the apartment, and you know what it was about. The conflict started over a relocation.
Sviatoslav and Yulia weren't a couple anymore. They had even stopped living together.
Yes, they quarreled, but that was their life. He couldn't live without her.
According to the family and close friends, Yulia and Sviatoslav were not officially divorced. However, for the past few months, she had lived separately from her husband and rented an apartment in this very building.
She decided to break up with him and started living separately.
Not long before her death, Yulia decided to move to another town, where she found a job in her field.
She made the decision to leave. Our mother lives there. She found a 2-bedroom apartment for Yulia and helped her secure a job at a bank.
Yulia wanted to break free from Sviatoslav altogether. It was all because of his terrible jealousy.
He beats her severely, and she flees barefoot with the boy in her arms.
Yes, it happened. She ran to the neighbors, and he chased her there at night to beat her. He even took an axe, as she told us.
Yulia said, "Mom, he'll kill me someday." And that's exactly what happened.
Yulia's friends and family say that Sviatoslav's love was turning into a fantastical obsession with each passing year.
His eyes, as Yulia put it, turned glassy when he started beating her, and once he began doing it, he couldn't stop.
When he realized that she was preparing to go to another town, something snapped in him. He pushed her.
Svetlana, that's why you were in Yulia's apartment that day. You and your brother came to persuade her to stay, didn't you?
I didn't hear that.
At that moment, I understood why the ambulance arrived first time. Her blood pressure had risen due to the argument and stress as they were pressuring her to stay.
It turned out that Yulia's family had spoken to a paramedic from the ambulance.
She mentioned that there was a tearful young woman there. The man said it was simply smeared mascara and it wasn't anything serious. They wanted to hospitalize her, but he refused.
Svetlana, during that argument, your brother raised his hand against his wife once again, and you're aware of it.
He hits her severely.
She looked disfigured. Her lips were bruised and bloodied, and her eyes were so swollen.
She has bruises all over her body.
Sviatoslav beat her so hard that there were marks left on his own hands.
This is incredible. When we reviewed the courtroom video again, we clearly saw that Sviatoslav's hands were indeed bruised.
The boy was growing up, witnessing the bruises on his mother left by your brother, and you both know about this.
It seems the psychics aren't mistaken.
They were always arguing every day. Mom would call the police and lock herself in her room. I'd hide under the bed or the table.
That's why the boy was terrified. It wasn't mysticism, but a nightmarish reality he lived in.
I see a picture of Sviatoslav gripping Yulia's throat. He squeezed too hard. The whole epileptic seizure version is a complete lie. This is precisely why Yulia's spirit came to us. If they acquit Sviatoslav, the boy might end up staying with him.
Little David is pleading with me. Don't send me to them. Don't you believe me? Let me take you to him right now.
Irina, stop it, will you? The boy said those things because you frightened him with the idea of sending David to his father's family. Yulia didn't want that, which is why she visited you in your dreams. Isn't that right?
I did see her in a dream. It only happened once. She was crying and pleading. Mom, don't give him away.
Unbelievably, our journalists accidentally uncovered even more horrifying statements that Irina made to her grandson.
You see, the boy, I asked him, "Look, you're alive, but your mother isn't. Your mother was killed. You'll soon be 8. How come you didn't protect my daughter?"
Irina, stop before it's too late, or your daughter's spirit will stop you. My book told me that Svetlana would also face consequences for her lies, and Yulia's spirit and the open coffin she mentioned at the beginning of the investigation would play a role in that.
After the investigation, we understood what the open coffin implied. With permission from her family, the police exhumed Yulia's body. After forensic examinations, Yulia Kozak's death is now being considered a group murder. Both Yulia's husband, Sviatoslav, and his sister, Svetlana, are suspects.
Family is incredibly important to each of us. However, keeping your family at the cost of one's own life and a child's well-being is not worth it.
It all defies belief. This is what fanatical love turned into a true obsession can lead to. A mystical force has possessed a girl's body. Can the psychics exorcise the evil spirit? Don't miss out an astonishing secret of the victim. 15-year-old Maria Shamray is an ordinary Ukrainian girl. She looks just like millions of teenagers around the world. She excels in school, dreams of becoming a physician, loves reading, and helps her mom at their family store. However, the peaceful life of this typical family has turned upside down lately.
Something awful has been happening to her in the past 2 weeks. She's been screaming hysterically. It looks really terrifying.
The terror began on Easter Sunday. Traditionally, the family went to church in the evening to have their Easter breads blessed. Maria went with them. Suddenly, she was seized by an inexplicable fit.
The pain was indescribable. I don't even know how to put it into words.
Maria went back home. Once in the house, she fainted. Fortunately, her uncle was there at the time.
I brought her inside and started giving her water. When you don't understand what's causing it, it's terrifying.
After this incident, Maria fell ill and spent a week in bed.
The pain was hellish.
But it was only the beginning. The worst was yet to come.
Each seizure was accompanied by her not seeing us clearly, only silhouettes. But when it passed, she could see well again.
These unexplained fits were soon accompanied by an unearthly scream. It all looked like some supernatural creature was screaming through the girl.
These fits lasted nearly a month, almost every day.
Maria's relatives live in constant fear, as no one knows when the next seizure will strike. Because of this, Maria stopped going to school, leaving the house, and interacting with her peers.
We've seen all the doctors, from the therapist to the neurologist. We've done all the tests, but they only shrugged. They found nothing.
Then, things took an even stranger turn. One morning, Maria woke up and started behaving very oddly. Her mother thought that she was in a semi-conscious state, as Maria was telling her that she could sense all her ailments.
I was alone with her. She sounded like someone out of their mind, speaking in a different voice, not her usual tone, with her eyes closed, telling me all these things.
Over time, the neighbors started coming to ask Maria for advice. Rumors spread through the town that the girl had developed psychic abilities and was a medium.
She started predicting things and said she wanted to heal people. We don't know how to deal with all this.
However, the family is concerned about Maria's health. The strange seizures are becoming more frequent, and the girl's terrifying screams echo through their home.
It's not for the faint of heart. She screams in a voice that's not her own.
For it's unbearable to watch. You drown in your tears. It's pure torment, a living hell.
We're pleading for help from any psychics who can hear us. We have no one else to turn to.
The mother doesn't understand what's happening to her only daughter. She raises Maria on her own. The girl's father left the family before her birth, so the woman fears losing the only meaning of her life.
I'm ready for anything. She's my everything, my only child.
To figure out what is going on, our project's experts, Olga Kalinova and Larissa Mohila, who is assisted in her work by a female spider named 13, arrive on the scene.
Such a beautiful girl. But for some reason, I see something like a beast inside her. The beast is hairy and has claws, and it's slowly tearing the girl apart from within. She's in mortal danger.
The mother senses it, and when her daughter's condition improves, she takes her to church. But this brings no relief.
She started to feel unwell inside the church. She felt a pressure on her shoulders. Still, she held on there, but when she got home, she started screaming and crying, saying she was being torn apart.
It feels like someone digs claws into my body, down to my bones.
Maria says the only thing that somewhat eases her condition is cats. There are now 12 of them in the family, always by her side. The psychics arrive at Maria's home, where her mother is waiting for them.
Hello.
Please, come in. I hope you can help us.
Where is your daughter?
She's inside. Please.
Hello. Maria, may I sit by you? The energy here is very heavy. Some force from the other side is draining all your life energy. Please give me some water. I don't feel well. Some entity, like a vampire, started draining my life force. It was the entity from inside Maria, and it did the same to her.
Are you any better now?
Yes, thank you. I'm better now. That's why I brought holy water with me.
13 is acting strange, look. She senses strong negativity. I feel it too as I get closer to the girl, and when I approach, she hides behind me. A man from her past. The cards show me a man standing next to her. He's not a blood relative. He's someone close to her, bound by love and affection.
Dima.
Before her strange seizures began, Maria had been dating a boy named Dima for 3 months. Could he have anything to do with what's going on?
Please, give me a card with your hand. I see people meeting on the road.
On the bus.
They rode the bus together to school.
I take the bus to school, and so does he. That's how we met.
He loved her so much and she loved him. He was so protective of her.
An intense love turns into obsession and stalking. He constantly thinks about you and watches you. That's what's coming from him now.
After we broke up, he's been hanging around our house all the time.
He would dial her all the time.
And when he's around, I feel sick. But when he leaves, I feel better immediately.
Dima was with the Shamrays at the church on the Easter morning when Maria's first seizure occurred, so the mother and daughter suspect that he might be responsible for what's happening to Maria now.
We need to talk to Dima to have a clearer picture.
Dima's home is just 5 kilometers from Maria's.
Is anybody home? Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Our visions brought us to your home. There's a young man here who was connected to that girl.
He's coming.
This is Valentina, Dima's mother. Soon, Dima himself comes out to talk to the psychics.
Hello? Are you the boy who stalked Maria?
I never stalked her.
God, Irina, why are you doing this? It's so embarrassing.
It's not. We're trying to understand what's happening to my child.
What does this have to do with us?
It's clear that the mother and son don't like this conversation. However, the psychics must make sure if Dima is indeed responsible for Maria's condition.
I had a feeling that something wasn't right. There was something else neither me nor Larissa noticed. Dima, why were you constantly following Maria?
I wanted to prove that I truly love her.
He would give her flowers and bring her home. Maria was here all the time. He did everything for her.
Irina, Maria, you believe that Dima is somehow responsible for the seizures, but in reality, he's just deeply in love with the girl. And the fact that he kept showing up near your place, and then the seizures happened, it's a strange coincidence. He didn't do anything wrong. On the contrary, he's still worried about you, Maria. I started praying, asking higher powers for a sign. But we didn't expect our prayers to have such power because what happened next was beyond anyone's prediction.
Another seizure. Are you unwell?
You have water?
Yes, yes.
Breathe. Inhale and exhale deeply.
It just hurts, like I'm being torn with claws.
Claws tearing her chest apart.
Dark forces control Maria. I recited a prayer, and they started to react. They fear prayers and anything sacred.
Bring water.
More water. Hold her head.
Olga, give me a candle. The candles snapped. Olga, the candles are dying out.
It seemed that Maria was about to be torn apart by that strange beast inside her.
Let's take her to a closed space. Lie down on the seat.
Hearing the girl's screams, people from neighboring houses come out, visibly terrified.
Everyone, step back. This is dangerous. We continued to fight for Maria, trying to free her from the grip of the dark forces that had possessed her. Just a moment. Where's my holy water?
Maria, do you hear me?
I do.
The force inside you will leave now. Be quiet.
We managed to ward off those dark forces, but only temporarily. I'm afraid to say that, but the girls seem to be in cahoots with the dark forces.
The psychic's words send shivers down the spine. But how could this be?
That's all. You're with us. Please give me some water now.
Maria is better, but Dima can't hold back his tears, as he still loves her.
I need a moment. I need to collect myself.
It seems the psychic's nerves are giving way. Without explanation, Larissa Mohila leaves everyone and walks away.
Take away your camera. Do you understand what just happened?
The psychic is extremely nervous. Olga Kalinova goes to her. She asks us to stop filming. An hour passes, but the psychics won't return.
Are you all right?
Yes. I want home.
The girl is sent home with her aunt. Her mother stays behind to hear what the psychics have to say.
Irina, please forgive me. It's a very complex situation.
I'm having a vision, like pieces of a puzzle coming together. It's like a game. It felt like a dark game that forces that tried to possess Maria played with her, and she, unfortunately, lost. And now, those dark forces are trying to take her life.
The psychic's words are simply shocking. What game with dark forces is she talking about? Is Maria somehow to blame for what's happening to her?
Let's take a little walk. I don't feel well. It feels like I took on your daughter's state. The forces are so evil, but why are they inside the girl? Irina, we must come back to your daughter.
Just as everyone gets in the van, Irina's sister calls.
She's screaming wildly. Oh my God.
It turns out Maria is having another seizure.
Stay away from me.
Maria's mother prays. As usual, the family gives Maria a candle. But it seems this only makes her condition worse. The psychics are also deeply frightened and try to approach Maria, but she won't let anyone near her.
Get away. Back off.
Something terrifying is happening. Everyone is at a loss. Will the psychics be able to help the girl?
Maria, do you hear me? I'm going to recite an incantation now. Fight!
I don't know if I can.
It seems the girl calms down. But what kind of force is tormenting her? Where did it come from?
Come on, let's calm your mom.
It's going to be okay. Why are you crying?
Wait, a spirit of an elderly man has come to us. He's your blood relative. An elderly man who has passed away.
My father.
The spirit of Maria's grandfather was very agitated and seemed to be trying to tell us something.
His favorite granddaughter, a feeling of care, and Maria also had a strong attachment to him.
For Maria, her grandfather was like her mother and father. He was her entire family.
We know it.
He loved me very much.
Maria had no father, and her mother was always busy at work, so the girl stayed with her grandfather most of the time, and she was his favorite.
He was very dear to me. He understood me like no one else. I spent most of my time with him.
Maria had everything she pleased. Attention was all she lacked. She doesn't open her soul completely. Could you tell your mother everything? The way you and Grandpa used to communicate?
I've never told anyone else.
The grandfather remains her guardian and protector. He wants to protect her from this force, and for some reason, he's afraid. The devil.
Oh God.
That means this force is here.
Maria, you're under the power of Lucifer himself.
You gazed into the realm of darkness.
This is incredible, but this girl is only 15 years old. How did dark forces find their way into her life?
I see the puzzle pieces again. But now I see you, Maria, sitting and putting them together, one by one. You're playing a game, but you don't even realize that you're playing with death.
But what does this all mean?
Maria, I see a book in your hands. The book influenced you and changed your worldview.
Maria started departing to the unreal world on her own.
Later, Maria confessed that after her grandfather's death, she indeed read a book about a lonely girl who gained extraordinary abilities.
It was in the book. The main character lost someone she loved very much. She had magical abilities and fought against evil.
Maria identified with the book's protagonist. Indeed, her grandfather, who she loved, had passed away. The only difference between Maria and the girl from the book was that Maria had no abilities, so she started pretending to be a psychic. Admit it, Maria, you pretended to be a clairvoyant, didn't you?
Maria finds it hard to speak. Later, she confessed that she indeed pretended to be a psychic, as she wanted to be like the heroine of the book.
The girl enjoyed her so-called game because she received attention, but she went too far. The forces of darkness decided to take control of her. Did she really want to have the abilities? Yes, they could have given them to her, but at the cost of her life.
An entity must have a specific reason to come and connect itself to someone's energy. It can be a life problem, an action, an event, negative thoughts or beliefs. In Maria's case, it was her belief that she could become a psychic.
Such entities are usually attracted to people with weak energetic protection. These can be children or teenagers. Additionally, it can happen when a person's asleep, stressed, shocked, or entranced.
When you had your first seizure, you were genuinely terrified, weren't you? And for a good reason. That's when the dark forces first came to you. That's why you reacted so strongly to everything related to the church. After all, the demon can't tolerate anything associated with the church. Holy water, candles, etc.
A clear sign of an entity's presence in a person is their reluctance to go to church, as well as their inability to stay in there. But this force wants to push you. You often feel a beast's claws tearing at you from within because the entity can't hide under the guise of good for long. It will reveal itself as a beast sooner or later. Then the beast will tear you apart from within. At the very least, you will lose your sanity. And in the end, your life.
I will perform a special ritual to drive this dark force away from you, Maria. But the ritual is dangerous, so I will do it alone, separately. But now, please pray. And never, Maria, never play with the dark forces again.
I am immensely grateful to you. I want all of this to end here and now.
I'll banish all these foolish thoughts from my head. I'll fight. I want everything to be all right from now on. Everything will be fine. I firmly believe that.
It's unbelievable. Fascinated with mystical books, the girl decided to play psychic, but became a victim of dark forces instead. Fortunately, the psychics were able to break the teenager's connection with the afterlife, the smell killer that nearly led this woman to commit suicide. What mystical force is turning a beautiful woman's life into a living hell? Don't miss it. The psychics will expose the woman behind it all. Irina is a beautiful 39-year-old Ukrainian woman. She's married and has 2 sons, 5-year-old Sasha and 18-year-old Ihor. But for over a year now, she's barely left her apartment because she smells absolutely awful.
Now, I hardly even go out to the balcony. The stench is so bad. Not even old people smell like this.
Irina herself doesn't notice any bad odor, but everyone around her does.
A smell coming from Mom is like something rotting.
Family and friends all insist. Irina is scrupulously clean. She washes her clothes regularly and keeps her home spotless.
I've never met anyone more clean in my life. But every time Irina steps outside, she reeks.
She's sweet, kind, very pleasant, but she carries this awful smell.
She went through dozens of tests, saw nearly every kind of doctor, and underwent a full medical examination.
I did all kinds of ultrasounds. Then they checked my organs with an endoscope. They observed me, but in the end, it wasn't their problem.
Doctors couldn't find the source of the odor. When she asked what to do, they just shrugged.
One of them told me, "You know, medicine can't help you. You need someone else."
Irina has been married to Seri for 20 years. He suffers from sinusitis and, luckily, can't smell the stench. But he's fed up with the mockery about the smell, from friends, neighbors, even strangers. If she doesn't fix it, he says, he'll leave.
He's ashamed to live with me.
Tensions at home are rising. Just days ago, Serhi said something that made her freeze.
He said, "You better figure this out, or go get a rope."
No one talks to her anymore, not even her friends. Everyone's turned away.
It's hard to watch her cry every day, suffering like this.
The fear of losing her family pushed Irina to act. She turned to people with extraordinary abilities. She is convinced the unbearable odor coming from her body is the result of a magical attack, which means clairvoyants are her only hope. The case was taken up by clairvoyant Olha Kalinova from the Czech Republic.
When I look at this photo, I see a red flower, otherworldly in its beauty. It gives off an incredibly pleasant scent, but then I see vile worms crawling out of it. These slimy creatures begin devouring the helpless flower.
Joining the investigation is psychic Serhiy Kolesnichenko.
When I work with her photo, I get this strange smell.
and it's like the entire woman is covered in mold.
Now I see many people trapped in an enclosed space. Oh my God, what horror. I hear screaming, sobbing, cries. It feels like blood is raining from the sky. They're all dead.
I see this woman putting on a black dress. She loves it. But then the dress is torn apart, shredded with unbelievable rage. It's like if Irina had been wearing it, they would have torn her to pieces too.
Hello. Oh my God, I'm so happy you're here. I watch all your episodes. I can't believe you're actually standing in front of me. Please help me. I smell bad. How can I get rid of it?
The moment we stepped into Irina's apartment, I caught the scent of cold, grave-like dampness. It's coming from her.
We'll try to read your energy field and you are extremely vulnerable. It's horrifying. On an energetic level, something sticky and viscous, like a green clump, started crawling out of your chest. This filth is lodged inside you, and when it emerges, it wraps itself around your body, trying to swallow you whole. It's because of this sticky green substance that the odor comes from you. I can sense someone is behind this. There is guilt involved. But the smell is not the worst part. What I saw crawling out of your chest is a real threat to your life. It wants to consume you from the inside.
This state you're in, it's caused by a real entity. But where did it come from? One phrase kept repeating in my mind. Cherchez la femme, look for the woman.
So Irina was right. Her suffering was caused by someone's dark magical interference. But who would do such a thing? And why?
I see something black. It's crumpled and full of holes.
It was my dress. It had been slashed when I opened the wardrobe and found it. Who could have done that?
There's a curse that's cast through personal belongings. They slash it, soak it in strange brews, stab it with needles, and enchant it.
Could Irina's favorite dress have been used in a ritual? One that cursed her body with this unbearable stench?
I have a sense that the person who did this is someone very close to you. Feels like a blood relative. At the time it happened, the person didn't seem entirely sober. Most likely your mother.
Irina's own mother put a curse on her? It's terrifying to imagine.
It's possible. She drank a lot when she stayed with me. It's not something I like to remember.
Irina's parents divorced when she was 5.
I sensed that the relationship between this woman and her mother was very strained. Her mother blamed her for not being able to find love.
She'd say things like, "You didn't let me remarry." Like, men proposed, but I wouldn't let her go.
I was left a stranger in this city, and now I have no one at all.
When we talk about your mother, I feel how much guilt you carry for the fact that she never got married again. And when that thought surfaces, the same viscous green mass I saw at the beginning starts oozing from your chest again, wrapping around you.
It seemed to me that this was caused by feelings of guilt about the memories connected to childhood and guilt towards her mother, and her family life didn't work out. You see, a person acts on emotion, not in their right mind, under the influence of alcohol, trying to destroy something they love.
Irina says that on the day she found her favorite dress torn, she had a big argument with her mother because she wasn't allowed to go on a date.
I felt that the torn dress wasn't actually a curse. It was desperation mixed with alcohol. Your mother did it, and she later regretted it.
You are right.
Our heroine's mother categorically refuses to recall those times or speak with anyone about it.
Because I couldn't.
So, the torn dress wasn't the cause, after all. But what is the reason for the unpleasant smell from Irina?
You know, it's somehow connected to the very moment of conception, to birth.
I see your father on a ship. He's fishing, and he falls deeply in love with your mother.
Our heroine's mother was born in Lithuania. Her father was from Ukraine. They met while working together on a fishing boat.
In Lithuania, I worked on a ship. I was a buffet attendant, and my husband was from Ukraine. That's where we met. Then I moved here.
As it turned out, Irina's parents conceived the child during a voyage, somewhere in the middle of the Black Sea.
When we started talking about your father, I again felt a sense of guilt from you. He is no longer with us.
Irina's father passed away 5 years ago from a heart attack.
Your father may know the cause of this unpleasant smell, but to contact his spirit, we need to go to the cemetery.
Here is my daddy's grave.
Looking at your father's photo, the phrase, cherchez la femme, look for the woman, came to my mind again. This was a sign from her father. I decided to summon his spirit.
Serhiy Kolesnichenko prepared everything necessary for the ritual and asked Irina to help him.
I see your father. He's standing there, crying. He's reaching out his hands to you, asking for your forgiveness because he couldn't give you the childhood you deserve. He was probably traveling.
Yes.
Irina's father, Vyacheslav, left the family when she was just 5. He found another woman and decided to marry her.
Of course I missed my dad. He was living with another family.
10 years later, Vyacheslav divorced his second wife. Sometime after, he went to work in Norway. Irina was 17 then. But how is any of that connected to what's happening to his daughter now?
I see you were preparing to go to him while he was far away.
As it turns out, while in Norway, her father missed his daughter terribly and used to send her letters. One day, he even invited her to come visit.
He said, "I want to invite you over. Maybe you can work here a little."
You were meant to fly to him.
I sense blood, a rain of blood. I can't quite tell. People torn apart.
I saw it too. Dead bodies falling from the sky. And Irina, you could have been among them.
Irina had decided to visit her father and was about to go buy her plane ticket. But suddenly, she had stomach pain. Instead of going to the ticket counter, she went to the hospital. She was pregnant. The trip was postponed. The plane she was supposed to take crashed. All 141 passengers and crew members died. It was the deadliest plane crash in Norway's history.
It was a terrible disaster. I didn't get on the flight.
When you think of your father, I feel you blame yourself for not being there to say goodbye. Oh, that green, slimy substance is coming out of you again.
I constantly blame myself for not being able to say goodbye. I couldn't come.
In 2004, Irina's father returned from Norway to Ukraine. He died 3 years later from a heart attack.
Were you pregnant at that time?
Yes, in the final week.
When her father died, Irina was pregnant with her second child. She had less than a week before delivery and was in the hospital under observation, so she couldn't attend the funeral.
Don't worry. Your father isn't angry with you. On the contrary, he says you should stop blaming yourself. None of this is your fault. He's asking you to stop carrying this guilt.
He's showing me something like a park, like an alley.
The woman immediately recognized the location the psychic described. It was a park in the city center.
It's best we go there.
It turned out that next to that park was the building where our heroine used to work in a communications office. She went on maternity leave 5 years ago and never returned. Could something have happened there that still affects Irina today?
When I look at this place, I see a swamp. It feels like it's pulling me in.
People come here constantly. The cart of scandals, arguments.
And while working here, you punished yourself for not handling something.
Indeed, dissatisfied customers often came here, and Irina had to listen to all of them.
When Olha said Irina couldn't handle her job, the unpleasant smell coming from her grew even stronger.
You worked here together with your husband. The best moments for you were when you went to and from work with him.
Irina's husband also worked at the same place, but he left the job because of low wages.
My husband used to walk me to the bus stop, put me on the minibus. He always met me after work.
I feel your husband's energy now. It seems he's nearby.
And he really was. Serhiy had come to support his wife.
Don't be shy. Stand next to your wife. When Irina worked here, her female co-workers were very jealous of her because they saw how much you loved her.
In the team, they didn't really like her. They were envious. And personally, I think the root of the problem started with her last job. Every time I talked to Irina, I'd hear things like, "They're insulting me, humiliating me."
They disliked her from day one. They whispered behind her back, and there were even strange hints, like some kind of gift, something slimy and slippery.
It was soap.
It turned out that one day, Irina found a strange package on her desk. When she opened it, she saw it was a bar of soap.
Soap, huh?
Yes.
I've come across cases of curses made using soap, meant to steal someone's beauty and attractiveness.
Could it be that her co-workers cursed Irina? And is that the real reason she now gives off a terrible odor?
Soap is sometimes used in rituals to create a hex or curse. For example, washing a deceased person with it and then giving it to someone. But I sense the soap was packaged.
Yes, yes.
So the problem started even before that gift appeared, right?
Yes.
People around Irina started noticing the unpleasant odor even before she got the job. It only grew stronger after she started working there.
I don't sense any magic in that gift. They were just mocking you, hinting at something.
Absolutely right.
You walk down the street and people recoil from you.
Exactly.
You cry a lot.
You have no idea.
They're creating a stressful environment around you. You're being hurt, constantly pushed toward a breaking point.
All of this kept piling up for a very long time, and now it's grown into such a massive problem that the person has essentially become alienated from the human world.
Eventually, Irina decided to quit her job so she wouldn't force everyone to breathe that stench. Now, the woman almost never leaves the house, which is driving her to the brink of madness.
I only bring people trouble. I make them suffer because of me. And I can't find a way out.
That's when I realized that on an energetic level, this vile green slime, this disgusting smell that Irina emits, appeared because she is constantly blaming herself. She believes that all the bad things happening around her are her fault, and all this filth is coming out to get her attention. I understood then, deep inside you, there is a program of self-destruction.
You yourself are to blame for what's happening to you. Then I remembered what Irina's father's spirit told me at the cemetery. Cherchez la femme. That's look for the woman. The woman we were supposed to look for turned out to be Irina herself.
You blame yourself for nearly every problem in your life. Issues with your mother, your father, your job. The list goes on and on. And eventually, this self-blame manifested energetically. It took the form of that green substance which is now eating you from the inside. When your mother reproached you for not being able to get married, that's when you first felt guilt. And that's when this green mass began to form. Later, you unknowingly nurtured it, and the people around you only made it worse.
Help me, please.
You need to change your attitude to yourself. Stop punishing yourself for everything that happens around you. Don't take on guilt for things that aren't your fault. Repeat after me. I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I don't believe you. Say it more confidently.
I am beautiful.
I am loved.
I am loved.
I forgive everyone.
I forgive everyone.
My husband is my rock, my support.
My husband is my rock, my support.
Tell Irina that you love her.
I love you just the way you are.
To get rid of all this negativity, you just need a cleansing.
Please, I'm begging you, help me.
I saw a peaceful place nearby. Let's go there.
For nearly an hour, the clairvoyants prayed and didn't let go of Irina.
At first I felt how Serhi helped pull out that substance that was inside me. And Olha, she filled me up, filled me with warmth, kindness, peace, everything. I truly felt it. Such lightness came over me. You know, I feel like I want to spread my wings. Oh God, thank you so much.
After the psychics worked with her, it became clear. She's smiling now. She's calmer. Before, she was constantly anxious, constantly tense. Thank you for helping my wife.